Hello everybody, David Shuster here. As Fox News lavishly covered and praised Donald Trump's military parade, a remarkable detour came, not from the tanks rolling down Constitution Avenue, but from Rebecca Koffler, a guest who may have marched a bit too far into cocktail hour before showtime.
Rebecca, what are your thoughts tonight on the incredible symbolism and the messaging that we saw here tonight from the Commander-in-Chief on the Army's 250th birthday?
I am so excited, Emily and Lucas Tomlinson.
Lucas Tomlinson? Actually, that is host Lawrence Jones. The confusion and slurred speech kept coming from Koffler, a former U.S. intelligence officer and frequent Fox News commentator.
I want to really thank all of our Army, Navy, and Air Force officers who have been sacrificing their lives. Literally, their families have been contributing to the mission.
Koffler's mission before this interview, according to her own social media postings, included refilling my champagne glass while waiting for my hit.
Most of the time, for the past quarter of a century, because of the mismanagement of the administrative states, they've been fighting these foreign wars. But with our new in chief, Donald J. Trump.
Darnell Jane Trump? Somebody in the Fox control room must have realized that Koffler's apparent intoxication was not a good look, because soon a Fox director put up parade images full screen to obscure Koffler's inebriated-looking face.
All of the hardships that their families have been doing. Lawrence Jones, you are doing, you're rocking, man. Like, you guys are fair. Lucas,
thank you.
I want to thank.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. Thank you, and thank you for your service, too. Well, our final thoughts on this historic and patriotic celebration when we return.
That is what you call a quick cut to a commercial break. The Daily Beast was one of the first news organizations to point out that Fox had featured a guest who was perhaps under the influence, not just of Trump propaganda, but maybe of alcohol. Quote, in a lengthy statement to the Daily Beast, which did not address whether she had been drinking, she said, I've just been made aware of these personal attacks. My audio and video were corrupted due to slow and intermittent internet connection at my home. But I'm not surprised that ill-wishers took this opportunity to attack me. I'm frequently attacked because I speak the truth on various issues. Later, Koffler wrote on X, in part, allegations against me related to my Fox News appearance, #Trump parade, are false. Truth? Audio, video during military parade were corrupted due to intermittent, slow internet connection. Yes, I did post champagne photo. This was a joke intended to boost viewership. First of all, Fox News says there were no audio or internet connection issues. Secondly, as far as boosting viewership is concerned, well, Koffler did accomplish that, though perhaps not as she had intended. The video of Koffler slurring her way through the Fox News interview for nearly 2 minutes has now been viewed on various social media platforms more than 5 million times. Social media users are having a field day, with several writing things along the lines of, if showing up drunk at Fox News can land Pete Hegseth the job of Secretary of Defense in the Trump administration, Rebecca Koffler is justified in trying to use the same strategy for her success. Also, Hegseth is still looking to hire senior staff. Maybe he and Koffler will find some things in common, including unhinged worshiping of Donald Trump and an apparent comfort in getting blitzed.
According to the New Yorker magazine, Hegseth was forced to step down from leading 2 conservative veterans groups, in part because of accusations of mismanaging funds and abusing alcohol while on the job. He's accused of using the organization's funds to party, sexually pursue female staffers, and repeatedly being so drunk in public, employees had to care for him, including once when he tried joining dancers on the stage of a Louisiana strip club where he had brought his team.
And never mind Hegseth, Koffler will find other former Fox News talent in the Trump administration who also have a certain reputation. Jeanine Pirro now serves as the U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia. A few years ago, Pirro was asked by the YouTube comedic duo The Good Liars about her apparent love of box wine.
Let me ask you a question. When you're on the air, do you have a couple drinks before you go on?
Never.
Because I watched you one time and you were slurring your words a little bit.
I was never slurring my words.
When you were on your show, on Judge Jeannie, you were slurring your words a little bit.
But that's what we like about it. We're like, this
funny.
is what's fun about the show.
He's saying that I was slurring my words.
Well, just you've had a couple.
You just had a couple drinks.
That's
No?
why we watch
What's
the show.
your name?
I am so excited, Emily, and
Aside from all the jokes and internet ridicule, this incident with Rebecca Koffler speaks volumes about Fox News. The channel often seems to avoid vetting their guests, and live standards and television protocols don't seem to be a thing at Fox. If a guest is speaking like a lunatic, slurring their words, or making things up, the only thing that really seems to matter at Fox is whether the guest is at least trying to spew Republican talking points, or in this case, praising Donald Trump. Being intoxicated is not an issue, but telling the audience that the emperor at his military parade has no crowd and seems sleepy, well, that would be unforgivable. Koffler didn't go with those inconvenient for Fox facts, so expect to see Rebecca Koffler on Fox News again sometime. And even if she does keep slurring her words, it will fit right in with the circus-like atmosphere that always seems to be part of any Trump-era Fox News spectacle. By the way, Donald Trump is apparently seething now over his parade flop and the massive No King's Day protests. Organizers had touted as a historic show of American pride, but pride was hard to spot among many of the troops. As the headline says, Trump sent humiliating message by awkward way soldiers marched in D.C. parade. Many of the soldiers seemed unprepared. This footage quickly went viral, and countless veterans noted that troops could march in lockstep if they wanted to. But never mind the soldiers, there were wide swaths of open grass and sparse crowds even directly along the parade route.
Far from the type of demonstration that I think that the President of the United States anticipated. Look, this isn't China, this isn't North Korea. You can't force citizens to show up for an event like this, let alone on a hot Saturday with storms looming overhead and serious security protocol to deal with.
And while Donald Trump was busy playing emperor, America was busy saying no thanks and showing what real democracy looks like. In over 2,000 cities, millions of people poured into the streets for No King's Day, a grassroots movement that began as a reaction to Trump's increasingly monarchic rhetoric and has grown into a full-blown national celebration of democracy, equality, and resistance. No tanks, no brass, just marching feet, loud voices, and a clear message. America doesn't crown kings.
We want to make sure that we can fight against the authoritarianism that's happening as we speak.
Check out that video at the link below. It generated a lot of comments on YouTube. One of the most popular is from Fur Baby, who wrote, Trump realized on his birthday that he's a loser. It's a beautiful thing. I hear you. I look forward to reading your comments about Fox News inviting on a guest at the Trump parade who appeared to be drunk. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.